Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. And I'm wondering if you had a chance to listen to my video yesterday where I go over, I kind of break it down into, it's like this very simple, the basics of spirituality. And at the same time, I know as well as you know that it isn't all that simple. And then we might wonder, why is it not simple? When in reality, when you look at it, it's super simple. It's like there's this, and then there's that, and then there's me in the middle, and I can choose this or that. And for the strangest reason, we keep choosing this, which is actually what we do not want. Or at least so we say. And that is partly true. The underlying hook in there is that we are really attached to this matrix that we say that we're done with, that we want to get rid of, we want to exit it. So that's one part of us. And that's the part that if we stay with that part and say, I really want to be free from this, I long for freedom. I want to be free. I don't want that anymore. I want this. I want to feel the divine. I want to rest in peace, whatever it is. I want to be who I am and realize that. That is the sweetness of the longing that we all walk around with, but that we too easily turn away from in order to jump back into the matrix. And then we're in there and, we suffer and we fight it and we don't want, it's like, oh, no, that's right. I don't want that. I want this. And then we hang out there for a little bit, maybe a long bit. Who knows? Depends on where you are, what your attachments are. But then at some point, we jump back in. Most of the time, unconsciously. And that's why when it's still running an unconscious program, it's not so easy to come out of. So that's why it's very important to make these unconscious programs and these unconscious attachments. We need to make them conscious. And that is something I'm hoping to support you with in my with my channel here, as well as for myself. Of course, this is my own journey. I'm sharing my journey with you. And I share step by step, and I share where I have opened up, and I share where I'm still bumping up against something. And this morning in a meditation, I was just really, because there's still, my nervous system is what I'm still kind of trying to really help soften and relax. And I think that is for most of us, right? There's still some density and some anxiety, some trauma, whatever it is, whether it's this lifetime or another lifetime, kind of lives in our cells and in our nervous system. So I was just being present with this part in there. And then I could just really see that as I'm just trying to just really be fully present with it and fully experiencing it. And then also allowing, the space around it to do the work, because I can't do it. Um, I cannot fully let go myself. It's a surrender process. So, and the more we surrender, then the field, the divine field, our soul connection takes it to the next level. So it's like we come to the door and we're bringing it. We're not denying it. We're not bypassing it. We're not trying to fix it anymore. We're just being really present with it and just admitting to ourselves, like, yeah, this piece of, anger, grief, anxiety, revenge, whatever it is that lives in us, jealousy, it can be so many things. If we can just admit to ourselves without judging ourselves, right? That's what it all comes down to. It's just like, wow, yeah, I still have this thing going on here, and I have no clue how to change it, how to surrender it, how to let it go. But we can just scoop it up, like not physically, but just like owning it. It's like, yeah, this is still here. And then when we have that, then it's a matter of you can imagine dropping it at the door of heaven and say, okay, here it is. I have done everything I can do, and now I don't know what else to do except that just like, here it is. Please help me with this. Show me what is true about this thing I've been carrying around with me. And of course, there is no truth in it, and that's what we will eventually see. But we can't see it ourselves because we're seeing it with our matrix eyes, with the eyes of duality, and they cannot see the truth. They can only see itself. So when I was just being with that, and this is just kind of an ongoing thing, maybe a 24/7 thing I do more consciously at times, less consciously at other times. But there's always a part of me that's just resting inside in my experience with whatever is there, but mostly just resting and coming back to my deepest longing is to just deeply rest in the divine. So as I was sitting with that, I could just see as I was just, here, like here. And then I could feel I didn't really want to let it go. There was part of me that was attached to it. I was like, oh, that is interesting. And that doesn't mean that I would go out and do some work on the part that wants to hold on to it still. It's like, oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see you. You too. I'm also going to include you here lovingly. And thank you for showing me that there is a part of me that is attached to this nervous system part that is not able to fully relax. And it was just very beautiful to see because there was such a clarity around it that I could say, oh, right? No, like, oh, none of that. That I have let go of a long time ago because it doesn't do anything anyway. It won't help you. But this here was like, oh, yeah. And it felt very sweet to just allow that also to be here, to be present with it. And then I don't think about it. I just leave it here in the field. It's like taking a frozen drop, like, oh yeah, I see this is a frozen drop. It's holding on. So I just bring it to the ocean and I just gently put it in the ocean, the field, right? The field has a higher frequency than this contraction. And that's all I need to do. Now it's in the field, and the field knows what to do. The field, God, divine, love, whatever you want to call it, that is where we leave it. And then we just let ourselves, to the best of our ability, you know, just melt into the field ourselves. And that's really all we need to do at some point. Like when we don't know that there is an unconscious attachment holding on to what we're trying to surrender, then we're not going to make progress. We may think like, I'm really willing, I'm really willing, but underneath there is like, no, I want to hold on to it. And then we can't surrender it, even though we think we are surrendering it. So it's learning to just be so present with everything that we're experiencing without judgment, without criticism, without trying to fix it. You come to a point where you can just allow it all to be here. And then in that allowing, you will often see that there are some deeper layers that haven't even shown up before because we were so busy trying to fix it or get rid of it that these underlying layers were not able to come up and be seen. So that was sweet that this one showed up. Then I could just see, oh, yeah, okay. So now every time that happens, I don't know if it's going to take me an hour, a day, a year, the rest of my life. I don't know. We don't know. But it's like, oh, there's a little more now I can just offer to the divine field. And then knowing that the divine knows exactly how to bring every part of itself back home. Love, Adyashanti, a teacher I was with for many years ago, I remember a quote. He said, love comes back for all of itself. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And it fits in so well with self-love, right? Which is one of my things. So knowing that if I just put it here and offer it to love, then love will come and bring it home to itself. That means it's going to melt back into the peace, the love, the sweetness, the flow of who we truly are. So, yeah, I guess I wanted to just add that to yesterday and not just make it sound like, oh, it's easy. Just do this, and choose, boom. And that is important. But then when we do choose, we need to be aware that there might be some deeper layers of us that are choosing, that are choosing stronger than the one that we're conscious of. Then that's the emotions underneath. Those are the emotional attachments that always get the last word as long as they're unconscious. When we make them conscious, then we have a choice, and then we will have the last word. It may still be a little bit of a dance we have to do with them, but we are now in charge because it's conscious and we know that we don't want that anymore. We know we don't want to push it away or fix it or judge it. We just know that we want this instead. We want our divine alignment. And that's why we can just bring this into the divine alignment and let that take care of the rest. Have fun with that. And please reach out if you need help with that. All right, my friends, have a beautiful day.